Hello, world. My name is Pin Valentine, and this is another episode of Catching Up. Of course, I have, as always, with me Thaddeus Trill, also known as Young Trillion, and you can find his stuff on YouTube and SoundCloud. He makes lots of good music, or at least I guess it's good. Not to me. What do you expect?
But you're a picky one, so
I am a picky one. I really am.
yeah.
So, I don't know if you know this, Trill, but on Wednesday this week was National Coming Out Day for the LGBT community.
You want me to humor you and say I didn't know? Because I did.
Well, yeah, I know you do because we talked about it before the show. But
Yeah, exactly. Shh.
come on
Oh
now.
no, I didn't. Tell me more, dude. I didn't know this is a thing.
Come on, you got to keep up appearances.
Yeah, that's right.
Here.
Right. Of course.
No,
Yeah, tell me more. No, I did not have no idea this was coming. Not like we never discussed anything beforehand.
Well, sometimes we don't.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so National Coming Out Day was Wednesday, and I do belong to the LGBT community. If you want to know more about that, message me on Google Plus, and if I like you, we'll talk about it. But I'm not there because there are people I don't like that may watch this. But so I'm only half in the closet about a certain aspect of my life. And no, I'll give you the answer right now. It is not that I'm gay.
Okay. Is there any skeletons back there? You know, they say about skeletons in closets.
Yeah. Funny story is, for about a year, I literally lived in a closet.
When
I was 18. Yeah, and it was by choice. We moved into this apartment. I had my own room and everything, but my sister had this really nice walk-in closet that she didn't want to use because she didn't have that much shit. And I'm like, I'll live in there. And I did. I had a TV, wow. I had a PlayStation and a Game Boy and all that shit. I had my own bookshelf in there.
Dude, amazing.
Yeah, it was good shit, man.
Yeah.
And
you tell, hey, dude, I lived in a closet, and not be lying about it.
Right? For me, that's an interesting thing where, like, yeah, I came out of the closet literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I guess you came out of the closet now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but anyone who might or might not be watching, if you do identify with the LGBT community and you are not out of the closet for one reason or another, I am not urging you to come out. But I am telling you that if you don't have your family behind you, and if you don't have your friends behind you, or your school, or your church, or even your state, your work, wherever you are, just know that there's an entire large community on the internet who will do nothing but support you and help you in any way that you need help. So reach out.
If your closet was not as nice as Pin's, then you probably want to come out of it. Just saying.
Well, mine wasn't very nice, but it was decent enough.
Exactly. If you can't fit video games and stuff, then there's no reason to stay, right? I mean, come on, think about your own closet, man.
If you're gonna stay in the closet, at least get a TV. It helps. I watch Judge Judy every day in that closet. I would. I'm not big enough to get in trouble for this yet, but so I would sleep with Judge Judy.
Oh.
She is my bae. She's not my main bae, but she is my bae. I hate that word.
More of a side chick?
Yeah, she's more of the side chick. You know?
Yeah. Can't be your main.
Most of my adult life, it was Selena Gomez, but recently it's shifted over to Chloe Grace Moretz. So.
Yeah. Well, one of them might already be taken, right? There's like the thing with Justin Bieber, so.
They're both taken. No, Selena Gomez is no longer with Justin Bieber. She's with the fucking Weeknd, dude.
No, I know. I'm just saying at the time, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. It's all right. I'm taking two. They're on my freebie list, and believe it or not, I'm actually on their freebie list. They just need to meet me first.
Oh.
That's my ego.
Pretty luck moving up in the world, you know. First you're in a closet, and then you've really improved.
I have a female preference. Leave me alone.
Okay, but
going. Say you are not my type, Trill.
Okay, going back to the LGBT thing, though. I don't know if it seemed like a weird thing to ask or whatnot, but there are people that actually kind of question, like, what if they don't even know that they might identify as one of those things? They just don't know.
Yeah, that's why
It's weird. Because it's really weird. Because human brains are weird things. Let's not pretend that some people don't have those moments where it's like, well, I have no idea. Like, I could be like trans or something. I just don't know because my brain's been doing weird things lately. So you know
no,
what I mean?
right, and that's
At least I've thought about that. I've told you about my feelings before.
Yeah, the LGBT acronym usually includes the Q. I don't know why I don't include the Q, and the Q usually means questioning. And if you are questioning, do all the research you can. Just because you're questioning doesn't mean you're gay or straight or anything. Just do all the research you can, find out all the information. I think it's important that you become very interested in your sexuality. But do all the research you can, and if in the end you end up feeling like you are gay or straight or lesbian, bisexual, transgender, etc., 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 hey, join the club. Unlike the dark side, we literally have cookies, and they're delicious.
Mm. What if you don't like cookies? Go ahead.
If you don't like cookies, then we have something even better: puff pastries. Now, that might have been my nickname in college, but we still got them.
Might have. Doesn't make you shudder every time you hear it? Okay, well, that's good.
No, it just makes me stand erect, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll go with the cookies option.
So, moving on. If you are watching and you're wondering why the episode is called By Vax, oh, that's another thing I'm doing, Trill, is I'm naming episodes now.
Oh, wow, you're naming them.
I know.
It's only been like, what, a few episodes in now? And now we're finally putting names.
9.
Yeah.
9 episodes in, and I'm naming. I've moved on up.
Yeah, that's yes if you're German, by the way. I mean, no.
Oh, 9.
No, sorry, wrong acronym.
Wrong acronym.
I mean, word.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Can you tell that it's late for me?
It's late for me too. We have the same time zone here, man. But
I don't know. Like my brain's been kind of all over the place today.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? But so the show is called By Vax because my favorite show of all time has ended its first series, I guess you would call it. The current campaign for Critical Role ended last night, and that was a hard thing for a lot of the fans, not just me. If you don't know what Critical Role is the show on the Geek and Sundry Twitch that also posted the videos or the episodes on YouTube. And it's a group of nerdy-ass voice actors who are well known in the voice acting community. You've heard them in all kinds of video games and
like Matt Mercer,
like that. Yeah, if you watch or experience anything Marvel that's not the movies, then Matt Mercer, Taliesin Jaffe, Sam Riegel, Ashley Johnson, etc., etc. If you watch the first Avengers movie, then you literally saw Ashley Johnson at one point. But so yeah, these are voice actors who are well known in the community, and they were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that weird ass Wizard of the Coast game, the one that people think is just dumb. But
and some people say it's
started by Gary Gygax. Yeah, some people think it's all. Yeah, but actually, coming from somebody who's actually tried it, it's depending on what group you're with, it's not that bad. It honestly depends on the people you're with.
It really depends on the people you're with, and this group of people was really good at it. Because this campaign was a little relaxed on the rules of the game and way more focused on the story.
Oh, shoot, that's the only way to play.
I agree.
Yeah, if you're gonna be following the rules like to a T, that's where it becomes boring and nerdy and crap. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. And Matt Mercer, who was the dungeon master, let them try things that they probably otherwise wouldn't have been able to try because he relaxes the rules a little bit. And that's great. And the story was fantastic. They did the campaign for 5 years. We only got to see 3 years of it. Because they did 2 years before they started streaming. But oh, not that I'm plugging anything. I'm not getting paid for this, but they now have a comic book series about those first 2 years.
Oh boy. Are you sure you're not getting paid for this?
I
So we're not going to see an ad sponsored by anything or anything. We're not.
buy your Critical
No.
Role comic books today.
Yeah, no coupon code. Don't type in PIN for like 50% off your purchase or anything.
It wouldn't be PIN. I think it would be Val.
Oh.
It would be Val.
Right. But no, it's not a plug though, right?
No, it's not a plug. This is just a fan supporting the show. Yeah. But so yeah, the show ended. There was 115 episodes as of last night, and each on average, each episode is about 4 hours long. On average, so that's about equivalent to 189 movies. If you're saying that each an average movie is 2.5 hours long, so roughly 189 movies worth that I watched them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard to see them go. They were a major part of my life, characters that I really cared about, and I'm sad that I don't get to see them again. I'm not going to leave any spoilers. I'm not going to tell you how the campaign ended. There's one extremely sad moment. I'm not going to tell you what happened. I'm not going to tell you anything. So if you want to find out, go watch it. And I highly recommend it. But the good news is at the beginning of the year, I'm guessing the first Thursday of the new year, they will be starting the new campaign.
Oh, it's going to be totally new everything.
Yeah, it'll take place about a generation later. Brand new characters, brand new storyline. Although we're pretty sure that some of the characters or some of the storylines from this one is carrying over to the other one, because I'm not giving away any spoilers, but let's just say that an ally betrayed them. That's all I'm going to say. And it wasn't resolved. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, ally betrayed him. That hasn't been done a million times in other people's campaigns.
Yeah, you're right. And the fans who are super into Dungeons and Dragons, I'm not, so I didn't see this coming. But the super hardcore fans of Dungeons and Dragons saw this coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Aspects of the character.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything because I don't know much about D&D.
I guess that'd probably be the worst in a sense when you think about it.
Why? What would be the worst?
No, really, because when you think about the characters, them doing their thing as far as like what's predictable and what's not, you get to that kind of point where somebody is basically, it's like they kind of know all the tropes. Like you can't really pull anything new with them, especially if you're sticking to like the fantasy style when you're DMing in that, right? The worst thing about playing with players that are experienced with Dungeons and Dragons is that they kind of already know what something is. So like you just have like this very brief description, and maybe you're not trying to introduce your villain or whatever yet, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I know what that is. Oh, that's Red Dragon. Yeah, I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just do like a very brief description because maybe your villain's not ready to come out yet or something, and you describing this paragraph got all these juicy details. Like, oh, I know what that is. Oh, it's a beholder. Like the mystery's gone, right? Because like they're so familiar with the game, it gets to the point where it's like some of them, like you can't really pull any surprises on them if you're going to stick with the actual source material. That's why when I did like my DMing, and that's one reason I wanted to switch things up with the source material. Where there's one friend that was kind of like, well, I don't really like the fact you changed some things, but it's like if I kept everything exactly the same as like in the books, then I think people would really know what's coming. And then
right. Well, that's what was great about the show is that most of the people playing had never played before this campaign, and so most of the time they had no idea what any of these things were. Whereas at least one of the characters that I know for sure is really familiar with the game, and that was the guy who played Percy, Talos, and Jaffe. He knows pretty much everything about the game, but he stayed true to his character. If his character didn't know something, the character didn't know something. He might have known exactly everything that a red dragon can do, but Percy doesn't. So he
see that's right. That's a hard one sometimes because some people are good with the role playing aspect and stuff. Somebody is like a writer in that I can do that a little bit better, but there's other people that have a hard time making that sort of connection. Like the role playing, they can't separate themselves from the character. Like it's a really hard thing for them to do. But not everybody is just able to do that. It's like it's an imagination thing. I don't know quite what it is, but
yeah. One of my favorite aspects about the show, though, is the one-liners. They had some really fantastic lines that came out of this. And I'm going to say just a few. Like my personal favorite is I'm going to give these without any context too. But my personal favorite is Percy says, "What's the devil to a man who feels no God?" And I love that. Another one is life needs things to live.
okay.
I encourage violence. Your soul is forfeit. And I'll leave you with the two more.
Yep.
Grog once says, "I go into a cow rage and start chewing faster." No context with that. And in the most recent episode, Killeth said something really interesting. She said, "Sometimes it's hard to be a prodigy because then you grow up to be a regular adult."
Interesting.
That's really profound.
Yeah, I guess it makes me really want to go back and check out Critical Role now because I only really saw like little bits of it here and there. Like, so I'm aware of the show's existence and everything, and how they basically Twitch stream themselves doing their D&D thing, but very few times I've actually sat and watched through like an entire thing. I don't think I've ever sat through an entire thing.
Yeah, well, you can go.
But it's kind of making me want to go back, because I know that they do post their streams on YouTube. So.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and just type in Critical Role, and you'll find it that way. They also started recently making their older episodes available for podcast. So I don't remember how to do it, but you can download the podcast version of it, so just the sound of them playing the game, which honestly is all you need. I would listen to it sometime.
Yeah, right, because you're not really missing too much visual. I mean,
unless you want to look at the maps while they're fighting, but that's up to you. So you can do that. They will be doing all of the episodes. I think they're up to episode 50 right now. So they got another 65 to go or something like that. I don't know.
But no, that's finally come to an end. So do you think it was a good ending, or would you have done something different if you were the DM or whatever? Because
I was satisfied with the ending. I was very satisfied with the ending. Some things happened in the end that I'm really glad happened. There was a romance in the game that's been that was budding in the beginning, but went away for a long time in the most recent 50 episodes or so. And in the end, those two characters got married. That was nice because they did epilogues of what happens for the rest of their lives, kind of thing. And there's two things that I really wanted to know. The first is whether or not Victor lived or died. If you're a fan of Critical Role, you know immediately what I'm talking about because Victor is awesome. And the second one is, and again, you have to be a fan of Critical Role because I'm giving no context here. Where is Larkin? No idea where Larkin is.
Interesting. Yeah, it makes me want to go back and see this thing then.
And find out who Larkin is. See if you can tell me where he is because I don't know where he is.
It was like a little scavenger hunt kind of thing. Everything's like he's hiding somewhere else.
No.
Oh, I really have to see the context.
Go back and watch Critical Role. See if you can find the context. I will give you a hint. It is almost immediately after they fight a white dragon. It's the only hint.
Okay. No, see, yeah, I'd actually just see because I have no clue what you're talking about. Oh man.
Anyway,
that's gonna bug me now, isn't it?
I hope so.
No, but I mean, I remember you even saying one time that you yourself really wanted to try the game, just D&D as a whole, but there's no one to play with around.
I really want to play. And the funny thing is I live a block away from a game shop. But
why don't you just go?
You know me, you know why I can't.
Okay.
We just talked about this. You know why I can't. But funny thing is 4 years ago I got banned from that store for asking questions about YuGiOh, and they don't remember. I went back 3 months later and they don't remember.
Okay, how do you get banned for asking questions about a card game in a game shop?
That was back when I was actually trying to get back into YuGiOh, and after I not played it for a decade, I was trying to get back into it, and there were some new rules and some new mechanics that I didn't feel happy about. I didn't feel like they added to the game. I felt like they took away from the game. So I was asking legitimate questions about mechanics, and they're like, "Oh, you're just a troll. Don't come in our."
What?
And I'm like,
sorry, just it's so funny. It's like you understand how that game even works. I mean, if you know anything, like I don't know if you guys, for those of you who aren't familiar with the game, like YuGiOh and that, there's a lot of different mechanics that they add every generation of the game, basically. So unless you're in the loop, like pretty much all the generations, it's really easy to get lost. You know, because I quit playing YuGiOh around the whole Synchros era when that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking about.
Yeah. When like the Synchro type cards came out, that was quit playing, and now they've moved on to like these black cards called like XYZs or whatever. And it's like I don't know what's going on anymore.
They're called Exceeds, but XYZ
I don't know.
is supposed to be pronounced Exceed. I don't understand why, but whatever. No, Exceeds are what I was asking about because I felt like they took away the strategy of the game. I was wrong. I was wrong when I learned more about it, but that's what I felt like. But yeah, I don't play anymore, mostly because the community is horrible. It's a horrible community. It's not like I would be playing online, which I can't do anymore because they took down that website, fucking Konami. But I would be playing online, and people would be brand new, and these players would be dogging them. Like, dude, get good. And these new players would be like, well, help me. What am I doing wrong? What can I do to make my deck better? And they're like, dude, you just suck. Stop playing.
Well, you know what you do to get better in a card game? I know it might be sounding a little bit pessimistic here.
Play.
You spend more money. That's really
the sad thing is for YuGiOh, that's true. If you want a good deck, you have to spend money. And a lot of it. Like the deck I was trying to build was $114. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's way too much to spend on.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad I never built it. And so I would spend a lot of my time on the website helping new players, because by the time I was on that website, I had gained a good understanding of how the game works. And, I just feel bad for him because I was in the same place. It took me a long ass time to figure it out. And these players aren't helping them. They're assholes.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. Here I say, oh, you spent too much money, when meanwhile I probably spent more on Yu-Gi-Oh cards back when I was younger.
But YuGiOh, and the sad thing, I don't play anymore because of the community, right? And it's sad because YuGiOh is a good game. People see it as nerdy and whatnot, but it is one of the most strategic games I've ever played. And I love the strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, I like the strategy too. Just too bad that in my district, and one of my friends, I don't know if he's still watching the podcast anymore, but he can attend to this. It's like YuGiOh is kind of dead over here because Magic the Gathering, and no one cares about YuGiOh anymore. And I have a whole bunch of YuGiOh cards here, and it's like, I have a pretty good deck, maybe. I'd like to be able to get back into YuGiOh specifically again, but no, they want to play something else. And I don't want to switch games. I don't really care. MTG, sorry, but I don't. I've tried it before, and I don't like it.
Yeah, YuGiOh is pretty much dead. There are still a lot of loyal players, but mainstream-wise, it's pretty much dead. So I've been focusing my strategic energy on Call of Duty, which, believe it or not, that game does require a good deal of strategy.
Yeah.
Especially if you if you go and watch the World League, which they live stream on YouTube and then post the videos later. My team won this year. Think whoever's up there, if anybody, probably not. But if you watch them, I was watching them, and I'm telling myself, you know what, I'm pretty good. You know, my most recent ranking on Black Ops 2 was like 26, something like that.
Right.
And, I'm pretty good, but I cannot contend with these guys. These guys are master strategists. Here's this guy slaying away. Here's this guy making call-outs and forming a strategy. Look at them. They're rotating together. They know exactly where to look. They can read the other players like a book. And I'm like, I'm not that good. I'm not that good.
Right. Exactly. And some people think that some of these games, don't require any strategies. Like, you're wrong. They do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if you've ever played, I mean, let's take a very simple game for example. Let's take the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, right? If you're not figuring out the best way to go about a dungeon for your playstyle, probably not going to make it through that dungeon.
Yeah, I guess so. It kind of sucks that people see those kind of games like Call of Duty and that as more of a casual person's game.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it doesn't seem to be held like in the same sort of regard as like some of these. The games that the gaming community thinks are awesome and stuff.
No,
because some of the games that the gaming community seems to think are awesome, it's like I don't really care for it that much.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care for them either. But don't get me wrong, I am more or less a casual gamer.
Well, yeah, I'm a casual gamer too, so maybe even more than you. So
yeah, I mean, I play Call of Duty and Minecraft most regularly, but I have been playing Skyrim lately, and that's a great game. Does also require a lot of strategy. Yeah, I just hope that someday, like these esports can be more recognized as sports. I would consider them sports.
Well, I guess Activision's doing well for themselves.
Oh, yeah. They got a new one coming out next month. I hope.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, their Call of Duty, so it's going pretty well in my opinion. So.
Oh yeah, and it's more popular than it's ever been. So.
Yeah, I guess now now you can kind of call it a sport, maybe, gaming, because they have they're actually being featured on like sports networks and stuff now. So.
Oh yeah, this year's World League was the biggest so far. I think 72 teams were in.
Yeah.
Not in the final pool play, but I think overall there were like 70.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That just tells you how much times have changed, though. I mean, because before video games were not taken that seriously. Like, there's even it makes me remind me of a comic that I even saw. It's by like this artist. He does like the Far Side comics, Gary Larson, and he did a comic where he basically showed like this is like a single panel gag, and basically it was like this kid playing video games or whatnot, and then it says like in like a newspaper and it's like help wanted, we need like expert video game player and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be, and the caption at the bottom was something along the lines of like false hope or something like that. Like, there's no way, like, his video game skills would actually get him a job. Like, more useful things should be spending his time on. But times have actually changed because now you can make money doing Let's Plays and stuff on YouTube.
So. And the winners of the championship this year got $600,000. I think that's a good payday, and that's for the team, so they split it, of course. And then like the winners of Dota got like I think it was like $6 million this year. It's a good payday.
Yeah.
Shit, I was up on that.
Yeah, you can get paid playing video games. You just got to be relevant. That's the hard part because it's an oversaturated market now.
Yeah, especially on YouTube. We talked about this last week. Why YouTube is such a problem for new YouTubers.
Yeah, there's so many people doing the exact same thing that you're going to get buried under all the other people, and it's hard. You got to really do other things, kind of outside the box, in order to get yourself noticed in that above other people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So it is possible. It's just hard. It's still not the most recommended thing,
Yeah, you have to be one of those annoying people that put your video in the comments of other people's videos. Which I guess,
or better yet, try to collaborate with other YouTubers and stuff like that. Like, collaboration nowadays is like one of the things. Either collaboration or piggybacking off other people's content. That's that's the new way of getting discovered. Like, like those social commentary videos and that. How many of them get noticed because they do like a response to somebody they disagree with politically that already has a bunch of views?
That's true. I have started YouTube or Minecraft on my other channel, and I still have no subscribers, whatever. But I'm considering doing a series of Minecraft called Minecraft Evolution, because a popular YouTuber, Green, and a bunch of other YouTubers started doing a survival multiplayer called Minecraft Evolution, where they start at beta 6 years ago, and come all the way up to now over the course of several weeks, probably several months. And it's really popular right now, or somewhat popular. Well, at least popular for those YouTubers. And I'm like, maybe I should do that. If they type in Minecraft Evolution, I might come up.
Maybe, but maybe not.
Maybe not.
Again, it's more
I'm
about.
not really truly interested in doing it, though. I would only be doing it for views, and I don't care enough.
It's more about like brand recognition at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that might work. Maybe it might not. Maybe YouTube should have like a what's trending tab instead.
I like what you said last week, is that they should have a tab for new content or new.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, wrong words again. I think the first time it happened this stream.
Figure out your words, man.
Yeah, no.
Pick up a book and read the words, man.
That's what happens when you don't have it in front of you. This is improv.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you don't have your script? I got mine right in front of me.
Oh, shoot. No, I don't.
I'm reading my line right here. Look, the line is, I'm reading my line right here.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't have mine. I must have left it somewhere.
You know your script really well because that was there.
Oh, wow. Maybe I have memorized a little bit of it, but there's parts I have not. So.
Oh, you memorized that part too.
Wow. I'm on a roll right now.
So, do you have anything on your plate? Anything that you had in mind today?
Well, I mean, I probably did have a few things. Like, I'm not sure if they're part of my script or not. So I'm a little hesitant to bring them up because it might not line up with your script. But if you're okay doing a little bit of improv, then.
Well, you're only saying that because your script tells you to say that.
Oh, yeah, right. So, wow.
What you got?
That's a mind trip. Wow.
Now we're trying to figure out if we're actually reading a script or not.
Right.
That was part of the script.
Oh, come on. Okay, well, I don't know. Is it like, can I ever be off script?
Yeah, why not?
Wow. Okay, so I don't know if you. So,
having fun.
How much? Like, have you been keeping up with any of any recent movies lately?
Just the My Little Pony movie, which I saw on Sunday, and it was amazing.
Yeah, how was that exactly?
It was.
Do you recommend it,
dude? I recommend it for anybody, even if you're not a brony, because it was so much better.
Okay, that's a little extreme. I don't know if I'd be interested in it. I probably wouldn't be able to get any of my friends to go see it.
Oh, it was so good. And there was a part in there that brought tears to my eyes because you would never see that shit in the show. And it was just so sad, I guess. Oh, it was so sad. And if you don't want to watch it for the story, at least go to watch it for Sia's song. That's a good song.
Man, I don't know, dude. I mean, you'd really have to convince me to see anything My Little Pony related. I mean, it's not like I didn't try to get into it and I can't do it.
I don't think it'd be hard to convince you.
No, I didn't. Like, hey, let me tell you, like, dude, I tried. I tried once to get into My Little Pony before, because I have a friend who's a brony, and he tried, and let's just say that those are a few moments in my life I'm not gonna get back. I tried to sit down and watch the show, and yeah, I couldn't do it after a while. I think I got bored by like the third or second episode.
You're pathetic.
I tried though. Hey, you can't say I didn't try. One of those things where it's like, oh, you never even seen it. Well, I have. So I know the theme song I have to skip past all the time because that just kills me. Sorry, but
oh well, it's all good. Why was Logical calling me on Christian Anarchists Hangout? I was just in there. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk with you no more. So why are you asking about movies though? What are you talking?
Yeah, because there was a movie that I saw recently. Wondering if you probably didn't see it. You didn't see anything recently, did you?
Nah, just the pony.
I saw the new Blade Runner movie.
Was it good?
Yeah, Blade Runner 2049. It was interesting, because I'll tell you, like, as somebody who has not seen the original, it might be a little bit jarring to go into this. And it was for the most part, but I mean, it kind of stands alone. But I mean, it helps if you have a little bit of knowledge of the original.
Nah.
You know, just like a baseline knowledge. Like you don't even have to like have seen the whole movie or nothing. You just need to just know kind of what the original is about.
Yeah, I was wondering if I was gonna like that movie or not. I'm not really into sci-fi all that much, but it sounds like an interesting idea, even though I don't know much about it. So I was considering watching it.
Yeah, well, what's his face? Dennis Villeneuve. I can't quite pronounce his name, but he does like really good. Does some really good cinematography and stuff. Like there's some really interesting shots in there. So just from like a filmmaker standpoint, you can enjoy it. As a sci-fi person, because I kind of do like science fiction, I will say that it does kind of get that kind of feel, right? Like it does feel like a futuristic world without it feeling. Sometimes science fiction worlds they feel a little bit cheesy, like they feel like they're too 80s or whatever. Like it doesn't do that here. Like it feels like it still takes place in the same world as like the original, but at the same time it still feels like it's updated. Like it doesn't feel.
I don't know. I might have to try it. Sounds like an interesting movie. I don't know how much I'm going to like it because like I'm not a big sci-fi fan, but I can appreciate a good story. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Let me tell you that I did not have the best experience with it because when I went to that theater to even like watch the movie and stuff like that.
Didn't you? I told you not to eat popcorn. That shit is nasty.
Popcorn is the whole thing. Well, I did have popcorn. So that's probably exactly why I didn't have an experience.
Nasty.
Now the reason why is actually mainly because of three things. A, because I didn't have my glasses and I'm nearsighted, and it kind of helps being able to see close detail, even in a theater that projects the movie at a huge screen. B, not only that, but apparently the ticket master person forgot to give me the 3D glasses. Apparently it's a 3D movie. I didn't find that out until later on. Like, great. Here's all these other people that are 3D glasses and I don't have mine.
You watched the movie without 3D glasses?
Yeah. Well, if I find out that experience is like. But hey, but C, the person that was beside me kept falling asleep every now and then, and his snoring was really weird, and it kind of took me out of moments.
At least he wasn't masturbating like I usually do. Now,
yeah, good thing I wasn't sitting next to you in the theaters. That would have been a whole other sort of story.
I know. I don't want you touching me again. Now. No, but you know what I am excited for?
What?
Who do you think The Last Jedi is?
Oh.
I think I know who it is.
Who's the Last Jedi?
I think I know
it's gonna be Jedi. Who? I'm not quite sure. Who's the Last Jedi? I'm trying to think.
Hey, Jedi!
I'm trying to think. I'm not quite
bitch.
Maybe probably Rey because she's like the Mary Sue from like the last movie.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be Luke.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like the new trailer gave us some indications that Rey is not going to be a Jedi. There's a lot of speculation as to who the Last Jedi is. Some people are saying Luke, some people saying Rey, some people saying Kylo Ren. There are some people even saying Obi-Wan. But I think it's going to be, based on what I've seen in the trailer and based on the analysis that I've seen, I think it's going to be Luke, because the trailer seems to look like that Luke is not giving Rey the answers that she wants or the training that she wants, and she goes off to go find him elsewhere and ends up with Kylo Ren. And Kylo Ren, you know, from the last movie, he was feeling the feel of the light side, the pull of the light side, didn't want to kill his father. In the trailer, he has trouble pulling the trigger to kill his mother. So he's probably not satisfied with the dark side either. They're going to end up meeting up and become the first gray Jedis, which used to be canon.
First grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, and the legends and stuff, expanding universe. I know about that. In a way, it's kind of a good thing they got rid of some of it because some of it just got really stupid. But
I don't care enough.
Yeah, but no, I honestly feel like that they're probably going to do something a little more predictable.
No, I don't think they will. I really don't think they will.
Because I kind of already see what's going down. Because personally, like the way that these movies have been set up, and even if you've kept in touch with some of the other like the Star Wars like TV shows and stuff like that, because some of them touch on this whole idea of there being like more of a balance. Instead of being at the good side and the dark side, there's like the middle. And we might end up seeing these movies go down the track of these people end up just becoming like like they finally bring balance to the force. That they realize it's not about the light side triumphing or the dark side triumphing. It's more about the maintaining that middle, like that balance or whatnot.
I don't know. I feel like Star Wars.
I saw somebody went through like a video on his channel talking about this very thing. And I kind of agree with him. I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Star Wars has been very good at twisting the story. At first nobody expected Luke's father to be Darth Vader, right? And watching the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, I don't think anybody who's a fan of Star Wars would have ever guessed Anakin would be Darth Vader. That last one was a joke. Everybody knew. Here's an interesting story, though. I think the Phantom Menace was Jar Jar. People don't like Jar Jar, and I don't know why. I love the hell out of Jar Jar.
Yeah, because you got that funny fan theory. That's right.
And I think it has merit. I think he was originally supposed to be the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
I do. I think he was. And it makes sense if you evaluate the evidence. To me, it makes sense if you evaluate the evidence. But
I've seen counters to the evidence, but I'm not there to argue about that. Seriously,
I have not seen any counter arguments. I have not looked at it. That's my own fault.
That's not good. That's not doing proper quote unquote research on things that ultimately don't matter. But
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but no, I think that the next movie or so, like, I think there might be some things I don't see come. Like, again, I don't know how they're going to make some of these events play out, but I think I have a general idea of how it might end.
And there was one interesting idea that supports the theory that I like, that Luke is the Last Jedi, and that's color schemes, right?
Color schemes, okay.
Yeah, if you think about it, what color traditionally is the Sith? Red, right?
You mean lightsaber-wise or armor or clothing?
What? Traditionally they're red, right? If they're not using a red lightsaber, there's something about them that's red, and they're always using a red lightsaber. But Darth Maul had a red head, right?
Yeah.
Dooku had a red cape. Everything about these guys are red. They're always in red rooms, and their laser beams that they shoot out of their guns are red. Everything is red, right? They're always now all the promotion.
The guns, sometimes the colors are different, but we won't get into that.
You might be right. I might be just
yeah.
I don't know.
Just because okay.
But
go ahead.
But all of the promotional art has all of the good guys in red. Luke, Ren, Leia, everybody is in red. All the good guys. All the bad guys are in black.
Sorry, I'm laughing at something because there's
interrupting my shit with your laughs, motherfucker. I will kill you.
I can't kill me. I'm on the other side of the.
You're on the other side of the border. Shut up.
Yeah, unless you want to come over. You want to be
walk up and say, "Can I get into your country?" The Canadian guy. Oh yeah, come back. Just come back when you're done.
Well, just make sure you use your pleases, and if you mess up, just say sorry. You should be left scot-free around here.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I was inconvenienced. Yeah, come in our country.
Right. No, something I just wanted to. Okay, something I just wanted to say. I know it's a little bit out there, but as far as the whole Jedi thing goes,
If you say it's Snoke, I'm gonna slap you.
if it's Snoke, what are we going to seriously go down that route about whether something? I hate that. It's like, oh, Snoke is play just confirmed. Snoke is this person confirms. Like, oh, really? Even though the filmmakers have said many times that he's his own character, and now that we're actually seeing him in a new trailer, it looks like he's his own character.
Well, yeah.
So,
like the last time we saw him, he was a hologram, right? I don't know. I didn't see the movie.
second trailer is a brief scene where you get to see him not as a hologram. So,
yeah.
So with that case, I think it's pretty confirmed that he's kind of his own thing. I mean, they might try to do a Darth Plague. I hope they don't, in a sense.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that he doesn't have a Darth name.
Don't. Well, yeah, it is kind of weird, but maybe he does. Cause, I mean, there's a lot of characters. Snoke? Sorry, what?
Is he Darth Snoke? Is it?
No, it's kind of weird. No, I don't think so. I think it's just like Supreme Commander Snoke or something.
Oh.
If I remember from the last movie. But
that's more boring.
No, my point wasn't about Snoke though. My point was we were talking about like, you know, Jedi and stuff, who's the Last Jedi, and I was just messaging a friend on Facebook kind of about this thing, and he mentioned another friend of ours. Imagine if he was a Jedi, and I was like, maybe you can bring balance, and he kind of put in quotes, I thought there'd be a portal where the stormtrooper shot me, and that's kind of referencing a D&D game that we had, where he thought there was a portal somewhere, so he jumped from like 150 feet or something, and then his character kind of went splat. And then I kind of thought and said to myself, there's nothing in that story at that time indicated there was a portal anywhere. This was like, what, level 1 characters or something? And everybody's looking down from like this mountain or something, and there's like a path for them to go safely down. His character decides to jump. And I'm kind of going, wait, like, you jump off the cliff? I kind of thought, because he was on his phone or something, like, are you actually paying attention to the game? It's like, are you sure you want to jump? And he's like, yeah, I want to jump. So he jumps, and I'm kind of going to myself, it's like, well, I guess your character is dead. And I kind of go to him, and I'm like, well, what do you think was there or something? He's like, I thought there was a portal there. There's nothing in the story that indicated there's a portal. There's this level 1, you're in a flipping forest, there's nothing magical going on.
That happened in Critical Role. Yeah, Killeth, this was when they were like level 18 and 19. So this happened like maybe 10 episodes ago, maybe less, maybe a little more than that. And they lost something off of a cliff that they needed, right? They lost something off of a cliff. And Killeth is going to go dive for it. She's a druid, right? She goes to dive for it. And she's like, it's okay. I'll be all right. We're basically gods now. And she yells it as she's going off the cliffs. We're gods now. And she realizes that she's not going to make the water. So she turns into a goldfish, hoping to get farther. And it's like a 50-50% chance that she'll hit the water or the rocks. And she hits the rocks. Takes like 800 points of damage or something like that. And because they were really high up. And immediately bamfed out of her goldfish form. The rest of the damage carries over, and Killeth is dead. She is paced on the rocks. They were able to bring her back, but damn, that was like the dumbest way to die. That was her first death too. Most of the time, that was her first death.
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, for those of you guys who seriously, some of you guys should just play D&D for your first time. You'll have a good time depending on your group.
Yeah, if it's anything like Critical Role, they'll have an excellent time.
If it's anything like that, but chances are they might get something that's more mediocre. Yeah, I know. Nah, like the experiences I've had in that aren't necessarily the greatest. Sometimes something happens and the whole group, we can't meet, and then it's annoying. But especially since, as a DM, I put a lot of work into things.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, there was like
I have like a whole stack of notes and crap sitting here because that game is like officially canceled now, and it sucks because that took a long time to put together.
There was one episode, like 2 episodes before the end, where Matthew made this beautiful map, right? And he keeps all of his maps under a sheet, under the table, so that they don't know that a map's coming or not, right? They don't know if there's going to be a battle or not. So he lets them make their decisions, and at the end of the episode, he pulls out the map and says, "Well, I guess you guys aren't going to use this because they went in a completely different way." He spent like, he spent like 10 hours on this map, and it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful map. And he pulls the sheet off. He goes, "Well, I guess I'm not using this."
Oh yeah. Everyone who wants to be a DM D&D is let you guys know if you're being a dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons, chances are players will not go do things quite the way you want them to. Be prepared to have alternative things.
Sometimes you still won't have alternatives, so be good at improv.
Yeah,
Make some shit up on. The hardest thing for Matthew, though, is harder for him to do it because, like, a month ago, he just released the Tamriel Guide, which is the book for the guidebook for Critical Role. So if you want to play your game in the world of Critical Role, you can do that now. So he can't change too much. He already has it all published out.
Oh, yeah, that can happen.
So, yeah.
That let me just say that kind of thing. It's like even with a published module or whatever, though. I mean, you can kind of do your own thing with it a little bit. I mean, sometimes you're kind of forced to. So,
right.
You can't follow it exactly. I don't see that being too big of a deal. I mean, sure, Critical Role is no longer canon within his own world, but I mean, that's just kind of the price you got to pay.
Yeah. Yeah. But she died as a goldfish, came back as a red-headed druid.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good time. I'm going to go ahead and open the debate.org question of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't get any responses from last week's question, so I guess we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, you need more viewers for that kind of thing. Funny how that works.
So the question...
I don't care about how many views we get. Sorry, go ahead.
So the question is, can torture be justified? And this was posted by a guy named Defro. What?
By
what?
Guy named...
Oh, Defro.
Okay, go ahead.
Defro. As if he's watching, but whatever. So this looks like it has a lot of context to it. So I didn't read this beforehand, so let me read it real quick. Imagine you are an agent trying to save people's lives. There is a bomb hidden in the city that has the potential to kill 50 people. You have captured a man who you have reason to believe knows the location of the bomb. If you know the location, you can disarm it and save lives, but the man refuses to tell you anything. You try to torture the information out of him, but he won't tell you no matter how you torture him. In your custody, you also have his 7-year-old innocent daughter who he loves very much. So the question is torture justified? And I guess extension to that is it okay to torture the 7-year-old girl to save these 50 innocent people? And the answers right now are: is do nothing and allow the bomb to explode, and the second one is torture the innocent 7-year-old girl. And I will tell you right now that the votes are 4 for allowing the bomb to explode, and 1 for torturing the innocent girl. What do you think?
Wow, that's interesting.
I'm surprised by the results, but there's no comments on the results. So, I mean, there's a comment section, but I'm not going through. Oh, there's 2 comments.
Wow.
They basically just say that this was not a hard question. So what do you think? Would you torture the 7-year-old girl to try and get information out of the guy, or do you allow the bomb to explode?
Kind kind of sucks. Those are the only two options.
Well, that's the
I don't know.
situation we would get.
I feel like in the heat of the moment, because it's less personal, I'd probably let the bomb explode.
Okay.
But that's just more of an instinctual kind of less personal thing. But I mean, I'd like to think I'd want to save more people, even though it might end up, kind of being harsh to one life, but you're saving a bunch of others.
Yeah.
You'd like to think I'd make that decision, but I mean, kind of at a heat of the moment thing, I could see myself maybe doing the other one, right? I don't know.
And
That's a hard one.
That's interesting.
I could see myself doing both ways.
Well, what do you think? Is torture in general? Do you think torture can be justified?
Yeah, I mean, it's not nice. I wouldn't like to be tortured or anything, but
well, yeah,
I
nobody
mean,
likes to be tortured unless it's sexual, baby.
I mean, as far as I don't know, I think sometimes it can be.
Yeah, I would have to agree. In general, torture can be justified. It obviously depends on the situation. But like if it can save lives, then yeah, definitely. But it's always going to be case by case. I think in the mid thousands, there was that whole scandal about them torturing prisoners in prison that were connected with Al Qaeda. I mean, I don't agree with that. You already got them. You already got their information. Stop torturing them. I don't agree with that. Now, for this particular scenario, this is not a hard question for me. It's very simple. I would torture the hell out of that little girl until I got the information I needed. And the reason for that is, there's no guarantee that the little girl's going to die. I mean, let's be honest, she probably will. It's torture. Torture does that to you. But yeah, it's a little girl, and yeah, it seems heartless. But I'm not gonna spare one life for 50. I would try to save the 50 lives.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting how other people won't look at it that way, huh?
No, they don't. And I've been told, I've never had an evaluation for this, but I've been told that is the definition of a sociopath, I guess. I don't have empathy for that little girl. Fuck her.
Well, because I guess that's what that means. If that's what that means to be a sociopath, I guess you're a sociopath then, huh?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I can't diagnose myself, but doing all the research, I pretty much have all the symptoms. I don't care. Whatever. But yeah, it's not a hard question. You guys in the comments, go ahead and let me know. What do you think? Would you save the little girl and let the 50 people explode, or would you torture the little girl and save the 50 people?
Anybody in the live chat want to say something?
Maybe I'll look and find out. I'll sit here and watch. For me, it's not a hard decision. For other people, maybe not so. So let me know what you think, and we'll try to discuss it at the end of the next episode next week.
Yeah, but if we don't get anything, then we'll probably won't be discussing that.
Yeah, we'll have to move on to the next question. Put that map away.
Yeah, kind of sucks. But I mean, we can't control what the other people do on the other side. So.
Yep. Oh well.
Yeah.
But if you are interested, leave that comment. We'll look at it. Maybe. I might.
I guess it's the part where we tell everybody to subscribe if they want to and crap.
Why? You just did it.
Yeah, subscribe if you want to and crap.
Yeah, subscribe if you want to and crap. Give us a big like if you like the show so we can keep coming back. Share us around. I don't hear a lot of people say that, but share us around if you like the show. Get other people interested. The wider the audience, the better, I suppose. I guess. I don't know. But in the meantime, for the LGBT community, remember that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. We will see you guys next week. Bye.